Hello everybody. I just want to give you a brief moment to see this beautiful scene of a Kerbal cosmonaut on the moon with Earth in the background. But you'll see in this game, things are different than normal. Let's see. None of these planets are actually real. It's all fake. Well, they can't use actual planets. So they use similar planets, but different in their own way. In this game, you are an alien race, and everything. The alien race here, as you see, this is the KSP, the Kerbal Space Program. Now, the alien race that we play as is the Kerbals, and this is the space center that they have. You can build rockets and stuff, and you go to different planets and different moons and all that good stuff. Now, in this game, the what's supposed to be Earth is called Kerbin. As you can see right here, if this is gonna load for me. Alright, so this, oh man. Never gonna save that for later. Okay, so this is Kerbin. This is what's supposed to be Earth. It looks like Earth, but not exactly. All these green lines are connection lines saying that everybody on the moon has a connection to Earth and everything. And yeah. And yeah, and there's the moon over here. Now it's spelled M-U-N for fun purposes. And this is Menmis. Menmis in the game it does not exist in real life, but in this game it's Earth's second moon. So in this game Earth has two moons, and I've landed on both, but I've not gone any farther. So this is Duna. In real life, Dune would be Mars. This would be Venus. This would be Mercury. This I don't know. Jewel. This is Jewel. Has I can actually focus on it real here. Has its own little solar system. Now, Jewel is the planet, and all of these bodies around here, as you can see, are its moons. Now, you got Bop, you got Pol, you got Vol, you got Lathe, and Tylo. From what I've seen, Lathe is the easiest, most fun to land on, because Lathe actually has water on it. It's actually completely a water planet, and that's pretty fun. Of course, there's the sun. That's really it. So now we are going to leave our little observatory here, and we are going to land on the moon. Now, I've landed on the moon many times. I think it's about 6 times now. I've landed on I've landed with probes. A probe is basically just a robot. I've landed on the moon, or with the actual people. I've landed on the moon with a rover. I have one rover actually on there right now. I'll show you that later. But basically, so these are all the a bunch of different parts here that you can pick from, all down here, different parts that you can pick from, and you build your rocket. Now, to save us time, I'm going to use the craft that I've used before to get to the moon handily, and I've actually made. The last time that I made a mistake, but I'll show you that mistake if I make it again, but I probably won't, because it was bad. So in science, there's something called delta V. Delta V is in Latin. Delta, I think it's Latin or Greek. It's one of the two. Delta is Latin for change, and V is velocity. And I'm pretty sure you know what velocity is. But anyway, so when you have change of velocity, it's basically the power of your rocket. It's how much power it has to change its own direction is basically what it is. So here we have a big engine here that's pretty big and juicy, and a big fuel tank. But if I were to put a smaller engine like this small, that wouldn't go anywhere, right? Because the engine's not powerful enough to carry all that weight or mass. So we're actually going to, because it turns out that if you land on the moon, right, your landing legs have to be longer than your actual rocket. That's the mistake that I made. My rocket's longer, so I left. It's just stupidly hard to do all that good stuff. So what we're gonna do instead, we are going to we're gonna take, no we're not, so this would fit fine on here, but it only has 64 or 250 kilonewtons of thrust, which is not enough, sadly. So we going to use I'm trying to find like a medium-sized one that would work and just work efficiently. What's this one at? This one's 300, this one's 220. Okay, this one should be, no. Did that work? No, probably not. This probably is really boring for you. But this is tough. We're gonna put the regular engine that we had, and we're going to try to find maybe longer landing legs. I think these are the biggest ones though. Gosh dang it, whoopsie. Yeah, those ones are not big enough. Oh man, these ones are not big enough. And these ones are not big enough. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna get some steel beams. Okay, we're gonna go over here and we get I gotta find it. Here we go. This is fun. And we're gonna rotate this bad boy. We're gonna get 4 of these. 4. Yes, there's lines of symmetry. I know it probably sounds crazy, but yes, there are lines of symmetry here. I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Because this little pod right here is actually what we're going to land on the moon with, and what we're going to use to come back. I'm gonna see if I can find, because this is being a little bit difficult. Because I'm trying to see if I have another rocket that I have that is close, I guess. Alright, looks like I don't. So we are going to use this ship, but we're going to I don't know how I want to do this. We might have to just put this bad boy on there. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. Oh, okay, that was really bad, I'm sorry. Camera angle. But, we're gonna go here. We're gonna take this. Alright, so we're gonna leave this here. And we are gonna go up here to this stuff. And we're gonna use a fuel tank that is half the size, roughly half the size of the one we had. Because if the reason that I had trouble putting the smaller engine on there is because it didn't have enough power to carry out as much fuel. So here's what I'm thinking: if we put half the fuel on there, we will have double the amount of, you know, thrust. Well, not exactly double, but you get what I'm trying to say. So we're gonna put that guy on there, and then we'll put landing legs, cause that'll fix it. That'll be great, actually. And when you put landing legs on, you want it like about 4. 4 is efficient. We're gonna retract these guys. So that's a nice, cute little landing pod, and what we're gonna do is a favor here, And we're gonna take, oh, come on. We're gonna take this off. And we're gonna bring 3 Kerbals to the moon. Yeah, this is like a little bit like needy sometimes. That's why I decided to do that real quick. Here, I'm going to turn off the music because the music is it's a bit much right now. All right, that's cool. That's a lot better. So we need a parachute on there, you know, so when it comes back, it doesn't just hit the ground at 300 miles an hour, right? And we're gonna need solar panels to produce electricity. Those are not the ones I want. Cool. And we're gonna put 2 on there, because that's really all we need, I'd like to think. And we need to put a antenna so that we can communicate back to base, right? We're gonna put that guy there. Now you're probably wondering, there's a lot of stuff that here that's kind of confusing, but you'll get used to it. It's really all the stuff that I'm not telling you about is it's not important. It's irrelevant. It's not important. So this is what I'm trying to fit on here right now, is a heat shield. Now a heat shield, something that you put on like a craft to make sure that because the Earth has a pretty thick atmosphere, right? And because of the atmosphere, what's gonna happen is my spacecraft is going to be coming through the atmosphere really, really fast. And what's going to happen is I'm going to be going through that atmosphere really, really fast, and all of the air molecules and everything in the atmosphere molecules will be rubbing up against the sides of my craft, right, causing it to cause friction and therefore cause heat, and you can overheat and explode. So that's why I put the heat shield on there, so you don't explode. Okay. We're gonna see. Okay, we need a ladder. That's what we need. We need a ladder. Cool. So that's basically what I just showed you is a basic design checklist that it gives you. Basically to say, hey, this is wrong with your rocket. You might want to fix this. That's basically all that says. I'm gonna put those guys like right there. That should work fine. Right. We need a ladder, so we're gonna put this guy here, right? Okay, we're gonna need a longer one. Okay, this should be sufficient. So we're gonna put this here, and we're gonna extend it. Yeah, that's actually really good. That's good. That is really good. So this is my really big rocket. I'll talk about the rocket when we get on the launch pad. But long story short, the way that this rocket is set up is called onion. It's called an onion setup. I'm just gonna change the name there. It's called an onion setup, and the reason is because, see, rockets, there's different complexities to every rocket. Like for instance, today the Falcon 9, the Falcon Heavy and stuff, they use regular setups. They don't use, and they use rocket setups after vegetable names like onion, asparagus. This is an onion setup. So what's gonna happen here is all 3, I'm gonna hide this real quick. All 3 of these engines right here, all 3 of these engines are going to burn. When I mean burn, I mean like fire, at the same time. Now you're probably thinking, okay, well this all of these fuel tanks gonna run out at the same time. That's incorrect. Let's get to see these little yellow fuel lines here. What's gonna happen is as all three of these are burning, there's fuel from in here going in here. So when these guys detach, there's this fuel tank right here is still completely full. Okay. Now we're gonna bring our nav ball back up here. So SAS is pretty much autopilot because I can make mistakes and I don't want to do that. So we're gonna fire our engines here, and the rocket is lifting off. Yeah. So we're gonna go to the moon. And first you gotta get into orbit around Earth, which you've already learned in class and stuff. So we're gonna be a artificial satellite for a little bit, not for a lot, and we're gonna throttle down just a little bit here because for maximum efficiency in rockets, so you like go the farthest with using like the least amount of fuel, you don't want to go over about 315 meters per second. You can see my speedometer here right above my nav ball. I did not mean to do that. And you still want to gain speed over time, but you don't want to go too fast because then you'll start slowing yourself down more than going faster, going where you want to go. This is actually a really inefficient burn if I don't say so myself. When we get into orbit here, I'll teach you about this, what this marker means, this apoapsis, and I'll tell you what that means eventually. But right now we're just going to focus on getting to orbit because I can mess this up and I really don't want to start all over. So what we're going to do here is we're just kind of go that way, and we're going to try, my bad. I'm finished. Okay. Okay, we're fine. What's gonna happen here is this is gonna get to about 70,000. Cool. Now we're gonna burn prograde. Now, in this game, space starts at 70,000 meters, so 70 kilometers. But anyway, prograde in I'll just talk about it later. I'm not gonna overwhelm you right now. So basically, we're about to get in space right now. It's pretty nice. Earth looks great, doesn't it? And we're gonna burn just a little bit here, just to raise this bad puppy. Now, an apoapsis is the highest, like the farthest you're gonna get away from a space object. So we're gonna drop those because they're empty. We don't need them. And as you can see, this tank is pretty much still filled with fuel. So even though it was this engine under it, it was still firing. But that's okay. So now that our apoapsis is pretty high here. So an apoapsis, when you're in orbit, you'll have an apoapsis and a periapsis. Your apoapsis is the farthest you're gonna get away, in this case Earth, and your periapsis is the closest you're gonna get. So my apoapsis, as you saw on the screen, is about 110 meters, or 110,000 meters. My periapsis is inside of the Earth because I'm not going fast enough sideways to be in orbit. I'm just going to fall straight back down, right? But we're going to turn our rocket ship pretty much level here, and when we're just about right before we reach our apoapsis, we're going to burn pretty much parallel to the surface so that our lines here, I messed it up, sorry. Our lines here, this line here and both lines, they're going to expand outward, right? So they make a circle like the rest of these. And that's all it is to orbit, pretty much. It's not that hard. So we're just going to wait. This is our crew here. We got Habith Kerman, Clobby Kerman, and McCaffrey Kerman. Clobby, I've actually landed on the moon twice with already, but I've never taken these two. And they're all pilots, which is kind of a bad thing, but that's fine. Okay, we're going to start burning right about now. And what you want to do is you want your apoapsis to rise, but not too quickly, and we are burning too soon. And if your apoapsis starts to rise too fast, That means you're burning your engines too early, and what's going to happen is your apoapsis are going to rise and rise and rise without, you're going to be going too much up and soon rather than sideways and fast. So we're going to burn now. And what's going to happen here is this is not going to be climbing. It's barely climbing at all, which is actually perfect. I think we did this perfectly. And you can see that these lines here will start to move and expand here. And what's going to happen is eventually they're going to be in a circle. I might have done this a little bit late, but we should be fine. It'll be fine, they said. And if you burn too late, your apoapsis will start to rise a lot too. So that's exactly what we did actually. We burned a little bit too late because I was not paying attention. I was talking. So we're gonna have to pitch a little bit upward here. It's gonna waste a lot of our fuel, but that's fine. Alright, we're gonna stay right there. And we're gonna burn again. No, we're gonna burn again. We're gonna burn again right here. Right here. So we're just going up, so we're slowing ourselves down from hitting the surface, but again, we're going sideways. So. Okay, well that stage is gone, so we're gonna just decouple that, right? And now our second stage is gonna go. This is, I think we messed this up. Yeah, we messed this up. So, I messed that up. I'm sorry. So we're gonna restart. We're gonna restart that. Alrighty. Alright, so we're gonna do this again. And I went into orbit actually the easy way. Not exactly like the easy. It's the easy way. It's the most expensive and most like fuel costly. It takes but it's the easiest way. It isn't. But this is the way they actually want to do it. Here is what I'm doing right now. Is you're gonna want to pitch sideways, again while going up. Then we're gonna stay about just right here. We're gonna stay about right here. Alright, we're gonna throttle down maybe just a tad bit here. We're gonna go to 1/4 throttle. And now we're just gonna wait pretty much. Oh, I'm going too fast. So about 15,000 meters here. We're gonna want to pitch over maybe just a little bit more than we are. Like right about where the prograde marker is. So that'd be fine. That'd be great. So what I'm about to show you here is our apoapsis is still rising, but again we're going sideways at the same time. So it's the most efficient way to do things. You're doing one thing, or you're doing two things, going up and sideways in one action, which is always great. We're actually gonna go full throttle here because we are pretty high up in the atmosphere. It doesn't matter. We're not gonna. Alright, so as you can see here, my stuff's gonna turn red, and that's because we're going through the atmosphere really fast, and that's what's same reason why we need a heat shield. But here I can control my speed, so I'm not worried about a heat shield here. So we're actually getting pretty hot now. And we're gonna need to decouple those. So those guys are probably just gonna burn up in the atmosphere, which will be fine. So we're still gonna be going sideways, and we're going to, you know, you'll see. We'll see. So my apoapsis is gonna be about, I'm say like 110 meters again. But again, we're going sideways so fast. Doesn't even matter. We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop burning here. So in this game you can fast forward times, because in this game it can actually take like days to actually get places like it would in real life. So we're just gonna fast forward time, baby, just a little bit here, so you don't have to sit here for the next 2 hours. So we're in space officially now, and we're okay. We're going to extend. We're going to extend solar panels here. Good. See, gotta extend the other one. Alright, cool. So now it looks like an actual spacecraft, doesn't it? With little solar panels and stuff. It's great. It looks great. Love it. Just gotta love it. Alright, we're gonna fast forward time again. I did not mean to go that fast. My bad. Did not mean to go that fast. 50, you can go like 100,000 times the speed of what you are, like normal time. So both of the lines are just gonna kind of creep up here together eventually. Alright, okay, we need to stop burning. Okay. Ooh, man. So this stage that I'm in right now is called the circularization stage. That means you're circularizing your orbit around Earth so that you can do maneuvers and all that other good stuff. And we're gonna go about times 50. We're gonna stop, and we're gonna go just a little bit faster, maybe. Okay. Then we're gonna bring prograde again. Alright, so our periapsis just emerged right there. And what's gonna happen is these guys are gonna flip, and that means they're about even. So 100 and 120. That's pretty good. So what this means is the apoapsis is the highest point you're gonna get from Earth or any planetary body in any case. And this is, so the farthest I'm going to get from the Earth is 120,000 meters, and periapsis is the closest, which is going to be 100,000 meters about. So we're actually kind of lucky here, and we're actually going to burn prograde maybe just a little bit more here, just get rid of that fuel. And what's going to happen, sadly, since we use this stage to get in orbit, this stage is going to be in orbit around the Earth forever. And what that means is this is basically space junk. And there's nothing you really can do to stop it. There's nothing you, oh, there's the moon, look at that. Ta-da, there's the moon. Again, guys, feel free to comment and stuff if you need to. Feel free to comment if you have any questions. So, the moon is over there. Cool. Alright, so we're gonna, this is what being in orbit looks like, really. That's all. Hello, other viewer. Anyway, so if you're just now joining, we are going to the moon. And I'm just gonna let you guys admire the beauty of this orbit. See, this is eventually, well, we're eventually actually going to float faster. That's why we're getting distance, is because, as you can see here, we have a lot more mass than this. So what's going to happen is, not only that, but we're going towards our no, we're not. I lied. We're going towards our apoapsis, and I forgot what law it is, but if you have more mass, right, you're gonna have more inertia and all that stuff, and that's why we're slowly but surely separating here. So what's gonna happen? Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to add a maneuver. And what this is basically, it's just a plan of what's going to happen. And, okay. So, in orbit, when you burn prograde, what I mean by burn, I mean like you fire your rocket engines. What I mean by burn is, what's going to happen is, if you burn prograde, wherever you are, you will eventually, or not, if you burn prograde at your apoapsis, you will raise your periapsis and vice versa. That's how that works. But in this case, it doesn't matter where, because the moon is so close. It doesn't really matter. So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna burn about in 12 minutes or so. I'm gonna burn prograde, raising my apoapsis all the way to about right here. And the reason, okay, you're probably thinking, oh, well, the moon's over here. But why would you burn this way? Why would you want to go here instead of towards the moon? The Earth, or the moon, orbits the Earth, right? So it's constantly moving. So I want to intercept it. And what I mean by intercept it is I want to, kind of catch it while it's on the run. So it's going to take me time to go up here and land and encounter the moon. So, but at the same time, the moon is going to be moving right along its orbit path, and we're going to meet right about here. And that's what this little marker here is. And this periapsis here is the moon periapsis. Now, you're probably thinking, well, why don't you just crash right into the moon? It'd be a lot easier. That's actually not correct, because you're going to have so much velocity going into the moon that it's going to cost you a lot of fuel and time to actually slow yourself down enough. So it's easier to get into orbit first, and that's why I planned this specific maneuver here. And as you can see, I got a periapsis right here. Here, I gotta turn off my notifications real quick. Sorry about that. Anyway, so we're gonna resume flight. And that's what that basically means. So you're probably thinking, well, why don't you just crash right into the moon? No, well, you can't do that. It's not gonna work. But what's gonna happen is you're gonna slingshot right past the moon and come back into Earth's kind of gravity, and you're gonna come back, and that's what this green line is. Your orbit, what would be afterwards. But when we get to that point, I'll show you what we're gonna do and how to slow ourselves down enough so that we actually do land on the moon. So we're gonna fast forward time. We're going to fast forward time basically right before a maneuver node, because it's going to take us a couple seconds to actually complete the burn, because you can't just immediately create out of nowhere. It's going to take time for that engine to convert energy and stuff. And you see right there, see how we're going to get separated here, and also it's on a different orbit than we are too, so because we burned a little bit too. So we're going to want to go to our maneuver node right here. And that maneuver node basically just tells us, alright, you're going to want to be pointing this direction at this time so that you'll get this and this and this happen to you. That's all that means. It's just kind of like a guide, because it'd be stupidly hard for make this game enjoyable for most people if you had to be absolutely pinpoint on everything. It wouldn't be fun. Okay. So we are going to burn just a little, we're going to fast forward time just a little bit here. And we're going about 25 seconds. And that's why I like to throttle up and stage. Okay, shouldn't really. What a beauty. That, see, that, I've actually never ever happened that before, ever. I've actually never had that. See, a rule of thumb in the community is, if you want to burn basically right when you see the moon, but I've never ever encountered that rule until now, so this is the first time for me actually seeing what they mean. I should have burned earlier. It's whatever. I'm still gonna get there. I'm still gonna get to the moon, no matter really what happens. Okay, so the mistake I made the last time was I accidentally decoupled the stage that I'm using right now too early, so I didn't have enough fuel to get off the moon. I mean, I did, but it was just hard. It was really hard. Okay. So I'm gonna stop right about now. Okay, cool. That's cool. So now our maneuver's done. As you can see, we have a path. Our path is our moon encounter here, right? And we're gonna have periapsis around the moon, right? Right. That makes sense. And yeah. So we're gonna fast forward time here to about the periapsis, I think. Oh, no, hold on. So this is actually a really weird. That's not how that's supposed to look. And the reason that is because the reason how we got into orbit is we've gotten a little bit of a tilt. So what's going to happen is we're actually going to come a little bit higher than the moon, causing this to happen, causing us to go downwards, causing us to slingshot and create this orbit. But to prevent that, we're going to create this. We're going to stop ourselves from doing that. And at the periapsis right here. And one day, we're going to, we're going to stop again. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I clicked the wrong one, or I used the wrong one. I can't see. So this is a little bit difficult. I'm trying to burn retrograde. And what I'm trying to do here basically is getting into orbit around the moon, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So Earth, or the moon, orbits the Earth, and we are going to orbit the moon. Long story short. And that's whatever. It's kind of whatever. Not gonna take a lot. We're probably actually packed a little bit too much fuel. That's fine, right? It's fine. Alright, so we got one day until we actually have to burn here. So we're gonna fast forward time. Okay, we're gonna stop time. Alright. So, yeah, so there's the moon. We're actually getting really close now. I really hope you're, like, kind of learning a little bit here about science and space travel and space in general. See, as you can see, we're gonna come a little bit higher, and that's because we were tilted a little bit, maybe. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I mean, it doesn't really matter, because the moon's mass affects us no matter where we are. It's just so slight because of how far away we are. So we're just gonna wait now. Maybe we're gonna go a little bit faster than this, actually. Now we're gonna slow down now. We're gonna go faster. We're gonna go faster. Okay. Alright, I messed that up. Alrighty. Alright, so now you can see this blue line is where we will go forever. We have a periapsis and an apoapsis of our own on the moon. And basically what's gonna happen here is my friend, we're gonna burn retrograde. Now remember how I said that when you have like a periapsis and an apoapsis and you burn prograde, one enlarges it and the other one shrinks. That's exactly what we're doing here, but we're gonna burn retrograde, which slows us down instead of makes us go faster. And that's all. That's all. So we're gonna fast forward time, maybe just a little quick bit, real quick. I'm gonna need to go to my maneuver node. That'd be great. If you're probably like having no idea where I'm getting like these approximations about my burns and stuff. In the bottom right hand, kind of like in the bottom of the screen, near the nav ball to the right of it, it says estimated burn 4 seconds node in T minus 1 hour 30 minutes and 2 seconds. That's all it means. That's where I'm getting that information from. If you were just curious, it's taking us so long for it. I feel like I'm waiting forever to get to this apoapsis. I remember the first time I landed. Oh, I messed that up. My bad. Ooh, it should still work though. What's my parry? Cool. So, the moon's atmosphere, it barely has an atmosphere. That's what I'm saying, kind of in quotations, if you could see me. But its atmosphere starts about 40,000 meters. So, but it's so thin that's irrelevant. So that's why I might as well just maybe just a smidge above that. Okay. So now we're on a collision course with the moon. As you can see here, my line goes inside the moon, so we're gonna have to go through the moon, which we're not going to. We're gonna actually use most of the fuel in this stage because we do not need the fuel in this stage. We don't need all of it anyway. So the closest we're gonna get to the moon is 13,000 meters, which is actually quite good. Quite good. So we're basically gonna be like skimming the surface. That's what's gonna happen. And we're gonna fast forward here because I don't feel like waiting. Retrograde. I didn't mean. Come on, slow down. Thanks, appreciate it. See, we're very close to the moon now. I mean, like, very close. I need you. Why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? Oh, I know why. I know why. Because I was fast forwarding time. You can't do anything when you're fast forwarding time. I was so confused for a second. I got really worried. I'm like, what's going on? Got real worried. Doing all this for nothing. We're gonna have to do it all over again. Alright, we're gonna fast forward time. Maybe just a little bit more. And basically, like, right in a couple seconds here, we're gonna start burning right now. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna slow ourselves down quite a bit here. We're actually gonna come down really slowly. This is perfect. This is like probably the best moon mission that I've had in a while. This is actually really, really good. Like, I got really lucky with this. It's great. Science is amazing. You're probably thinking, well, I don't like science. I hate my teacher. This game's amazing, is what I'm saying. Look at all these craters and stuff in the moon. Isn't that so cool? I mean, if you think about it, the moon's just basically one big pile of rock. I should probably click save just in case something goes wrong. It's horribly, horribly wrong. Okay. Okay, we're gonna save game real quick, and we're gonna edit. I'm just gonna name it like right before moon landing. And yes, I spelled moon wrong on purpose. Cool. So if something goes wrong, if I click on the wrong thing or something, we got the little save there so we can, like, you know, basically just stop. So not stop, but you go back to it if we need to. We have a lot. We're going really fast. We're going really fast. We're going really fast. A little bit too fast, actually. So we're gonna slow ourselves down. How about that? It's using the power of rocketry. Come on. Burn. We're getting really close now. I don't like it. Oh, dude, we're gonna have to land on a hill. We're not gonna land there. We are not gonna land there. Oh, dude, I messed up. I'm gonna burn maybe just a little bit here. Oh, dude. Okay. All right. Go retrograde. Burn. Go to retrograde, please, rocket. I'm begging you. Oh, dude. Alright, we might have to get rid of this engine because it's just too powerful for the moon's gravity. We're actually just gonna turn SAS off. Oh, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright, cool. Stop it. Oh, alright, okay. We need to get rid of this thing right now. Like, right now. Right now. Alright, okay, we're gonna try SAS back. Because that was not a good landing spot at all. There's no way I'm landing there. There's no way. No way I'm landing there. I'm not landing on the side of a hill. No way was it. And that's really the whole purpose of the spade, is kind of just perfecting things, making sure that everything goes according to plan. And we're actually, I'm just gonna burn a little bit here so we don't go super fast coming down here. Alright, so we're gonna stage. Cool. So that's gonna just hit the ground there and just, oh, that scared me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, we're gonna get, oh dude, I forgot to open up landing gear. Landing, okay. Up! I forgot landing gear. If I had to put my landing gear up. Cool, man, cool. That's just great. That's great. Come on, you can do it. Oh, we have touchdown. Hold on. Nice. Alright, we are landed on the moon. Comment if you saw that. Look at this. That looks amazing. Comment if you just saw that, bro. Come on, you gotta comment. You gotta comment. Or comment, says it comment. You gotta comment if you just saw that beautiful lunar landing. We're gonna let our ladder just come out real quick right here. That looks amazing. Alright, we're gonna put this baby. Oof! That's so, that looks so nice. That looks awesome. Alright, so now we're gonna bring everybody out. You know, we're gonna let McCaffrey do the honors here, and we're gonna let go. Alright, cool. Gotta figure out how to do this again. Alright, okay, that's what that is. Oops, he fell. Alright. And yes, I'm controlling him. It's just, look at how happy he is to be on the moon. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. How do I use this? I forgot. Alright, there we go. And he has a little jetpack here that I'm using. He's gonna faceplant a couple times. That's awesome. Alright, so whee. Oh, I hit the solar panel. Oh, dude, we don't need him anyway. I broke the solar panel. Oh, my bad. We're gonna plant a flag on the moon, like real cosmonauts did. And we're gonna place it right here. Right here. Come on. We're gonna plant flag. Look at this. Bam, baby. Look at that. We got a flag on the moon. And I can climb the flag, which is pretty nice, pretty nice. And on top of the flag. Look, I'm floating. Alright. That was... I want you to fly, my little one. I think he ran out of model propellant, maybe. Oh, no. Yeah. That's weird. Alright, so we're gonna get back on the ladder here. And we're gonna go back inside. Cool. Now, for the sake of time, here, comment on the live stream if you want to see the other two people out on the moon's surface. I can't believe I broke the solar panel. It looks dumb now. It's cool though. It's whatever. It's casual. That looks so nice, man. I'm telling you. Alright, we're gonna leave now, because we have been here long enough. We're gonna put this guy up real quick. Actually, it doesn't even matter. Alright, we're gonna bring those bad boys up there. I need SAS. SAS! Dude, it's really hard to steer a rocket ship without autopilot, I'm telling you. It's really hard, just for whatever reason. It's just really hard. It's so hard. So we're actually gonna need to tip the other way here. Yes, this way. This. Ah, man. This way. Alright, we should be fine. We'll be fine, they said. Okay. So now we're going to escape the moon. Look at that, looks so awesome. Just look at that, dude, with the moon's surface and with the sun in the background. Wow. Just wow. You gotta admit, that looks so nice. That looks so cool. Wow. Just wow. And Earth looks so tiny over there. That's so beautiful, man. That's so beautiful. Alright, time to leave. Over obsessive parents. Time to go. Alright, so now we're gonna need to go all the way down here. And you probably noticed, yeah, the smaller the vehicle, the faster it turns. Yeah, that is true. Because there's reaction wheels inside of the command module, and reaction wheels are basically little wheels that spin really, really fast, creating torque, and the torque is used like to move the vehicle, and you don't have to move as much, you know, so it takes less time to move. It's that simple. It's legit that simple. It's literally that simple. You're probably thinking, oh, science, I probably go so much into detail. It's not that bad. Okay, we're gonna get into orbit here again. So we're gonna get into orbit again around the moon. It'll be fine. I'm trying to do this the most efficient way, because the most efficient way is the easiest way and the safest way. Right? Right. I'm just so glad I can share this game's like true beauty with someone else, because a lot of people think of space and like, ooh, I hate space, too sciencey, but dude, it's really not, man. It's so good, so good. I'm telling you, so good. Alright, so we're gonna maneuver, and we're gonna burn like so. Cool. So what's gonna happen here is we're gonna escape the moon and go back into Kerbin's like influence, and then from there we'll take it from there. Okay. I hope you're understanding so far. If not, it's okay. You still got to see somebody go to the moon, which is always really and truly awesome, right? So we're just gonna fast forward time here until we get to the appropriate destination. I want to stop. Just go a little bit, maybe. Okay. Cool. So now we're gonna escape the moon here, and this is gonna be our orbit now. But we are gonna add another maneuver there and burn retrograde. Whoa, wait a minute. Did I see what I think I saw? No way. The moon. Well, that's not what I meant. That's not what I want. Oh, man. That's like not at all what I wanted. Okay, so we're gonna burn retrograde here, doing it the most efficiently as possible. And what's my parry at? 252. Oh, okay, it's inside. That's gonna cost a lot. Alrighty, so we're gonna go. So sadly, we gotta leave the moon. This beauty of a rock. Dude, this is crazy. Like how like this. I'm 65 kilometers like above the moon's surface, and it still looks this big. It's so hard to comprehend how big it actually is. Like how Earth is. Like how big planets in the universe really is. So like, it's so funny how I broke the solar panel. Just saying. Still funny. So we're gonna watch from this map view here what's actually gonna happen. I missed that. I missed. It's whatever. Oh, stop! I missed again. Dude, these astronauts have been on this mission for 12 days now. 14 days. I should have been patient. Alright, anytime. Anytime now. Just hurry up. It's whatever. It's not like they... well, in this game they don't have like food or anything, because that just make things... There are like... You can download it though, but I'm not going to, because that just make things way harder. And I've never even escaped like what we have, like Earth itself. Why is it doing that? Why is it? I want retrograde, that's what I want. I would like retrograde, please. We're just gonna go for it. We're just gonna see what happens. Cause what's the worst that can happen? You get stuck in space forever? That wouldn't be a good... I mean, that wouldn't be that bad. Okay. Cool. So, we actually have a lot of fuel left in this stage, but we don't need anything because our heat shield's right there. So all of this would burn up the atmosphere anyway, but we're gonna like... I don't know. We're just gonna fast forward, I guess. Did not mean to do that. Well, we landed on the moon, but we're just gonna revert flight to vehicle assembly. So we landed on the moon, and I don't feel like actually doing the whole landing stuff on the actual Earth, because that's boring. We've seen the Earth. Alright, so we went to the moon. Landed, came back, and everything. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. I really hope you learned something. Not so much learn something, but just we're entertained in general. I'm really happy. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I may have future live streams, so just make sure to come back if you'd like to. Everybody have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this, and I will see you later.